So today we're going to call this Facebook Live Thoughts on the Chair. Thoughts in the chair, thoughts from the chair. And I use the chair as an analogy for a place where there's nothing happening. You're not going anywhere, you're not going to or from anything. You've just planted your rear end in a spot. And in that spot, your body is still. And because your body is still, you have a little more clarity on what's going on in your mind. Because the world is full of busy people. I'm a busy person. And the thing about being busy and staying busy is it's a great way to avoid being. It's a great way to just kind of keep the energy moving so that it doesn't have to stop and you don't have to think about the deeper things happening in you, around you, in your life, with your family, at your job. And so it's easy to get on that, train track and just go. But when you sit in a chair, everything stops, except your mind. And your mind is the seed of all the other problems going on. You may not realize that. It's like you sit there and you think, my boss is a fucking asshole. That's my problem. Now, I'm not going to deny that your boss is a fucking asshole because I've had fucking asshole bosses and I know what they're like and I know how difficult that is. And I know how easy it is to get and stay resentful when you spend 8 hours a day with somebody that you don't like, that pushes all your buttons. However, it's what the mind focuses on that creates the reality. And so if I'm going to work every day and I'm not working on what it is that I think and how it is that I handle what's happening, or if I don't take stock and get out because it's not going to change and it's making me miserable, then the problem is me, because there's a choice there. And I know, I've heard it all. Oh, I can't leave. Well, I just can't quit my job. Well, I don't know. Well, what would you, right? Because there's all this stuff. And all that stuff, i.e. the excuses you make, that you don't even know you're making because you can't even sit in a chair for 5 minutes, that stuff is just peppered with all sorts of relational, generational, security-driven inner conflict where you don't even know, for example, how you feel about money. You don't even know if you could leave that job. You may, in fact, be one of those people that's got 6, 7 figures in the bank and you're like, I can't quit my job. I wouldn't have an income. That's insanity, because you're actually putting your bank account above your emotional health. And here's the way that trend plays out. Your emotional health, or ignoring your emotional health, becomes an issue of physical health, because it's all interconnected. Your emotions, as they're whirling around, these itty-bitty resentments to major conflicts to other forms of aggression in your environment are being dealt with hormonal bursts and outputs. And those hormones produced by signals from the brain and within your body create illness. I know I'm not going to even get into that about people talking about how much illness comes from the outside. This is true. There are carcinogens and all kinds of crazy ass things running around out there that can harm you. However, if your inner defense is strong, it's a whole nother ball game. Illness and health are a whole nother subject. So, sit in that chair. Tell me what happens when your body stops moving and you focus on your breathing and you watch your mind create drama. It's wild. It's wild. I have a highly active mind. When I first started learning how to sit still, it was like, oh my God, this is painful. It almost gave me a headache to watch the mental masturbation going on in between my ears. It was like, and it was like, breathe. Just keep breathing, right? And when I first would get up, I'd actually feel really bad about myself. But this is the thing about feelings. I can feel bad about myself. It's all right. I do not avoid feeling bad about myself, right? I feel my feelings, I stick with them, and I also do what I need to do to elevate myself out of the feelings that will bring me down, take me down, and keep me stuck. So if I'm uncomfortable sitting in that chair, I keep going back to the chair, because they're just thoughts, and they'll chirp and chirp and chirp until I encounter or create a process or a way to deal with them and move them along, because they're just thoughts. They are not who you are. They are not who I am. Who I am is just my breath. It's my body. It's right now. It's everything that is and ever was me, sitting in that chair. And you know what? I get up out of the chair and I feel really fucking good. I feel really good. I have a purpose I'm following. I have people I'm gonna help. I have people I am helping. My life has not passed me by while I've wondered where it went and how much TV I watched, or why I'm still in that shitty fucking job, wondering why that toxic asshole is ruining my life. I don't live like that. So let's live in love. Message me. I'm gonna be doing a workshop next week. Actually, I'm gonna be promoting it next week on perfectionism. Please sign up. Thanks for joining me and have a